everyone, and welcome back to the channel. You're about to hear a story that will make you rethink every late night ride you've ever taken, especially if you're in a city like New York. Picture this: the neon glow of Times Square reflecting off rain-slicked streets, the city a constant hum of noise, but beneath it all, a chilling silence has fallen. New York, the city that never sleeps, is now a city holding its breath. Why? Because people are vanishing. Not running away, but vanished. Gone without a trace, leaving behind only whispers and a palpable sense of dread. Now, our story follows a driver, just trying to make ends meet in this increasingly terrifying city. He scoffed at the urban legends, rationalized the disappearances, because frankly, he needs the money. Rent is due, and he's alone. So, when his phone pings with a new ride request, 14th Street and 8th Avenue, and ominously, destination, unknown, he does what he has to do. He accepts. What unfolds next is a terrifying descent into a nightmare that blurs the line between urban myth and terrifying reality. Buckle up, because this is one ride into the abyss you won't want to miss. This is The Midnight Rider, NYC's cursed cab horror story. Let's get started.
A concrete heart-pumping ceaseless noise and neon. Rain slicked the streets, reflecting the distorted glow of Times Square. I clutched the steering wheel tightly, my knuckles turning pale, attempting to push aside the persistent anxiety that had accompanied me since I began driving at night. New York wasn't what it used to be. Even before the incidents, the city had lost some of its edge. Now, though, there was a palpable fear in the air, a collective holding of breath whispered on every street corner. People disappeared. Not ran away to Vegas-type disappearances, but vanished. No trace, no explanation. Just gone. And the rumors. The rumors were the worst. Whispers in the drivers' lounges, hushed conversations over lukewarm coffee at 3 a.m. They spoke of a cursed cab, a phantom vehicle that haunted the dispatch system, a digital siren song luring unsuspecting drivers to their doom. They called it the Midnight Rider. I scoffed, dismissing it as urban legend born from collective paranoia. I needed the money. Rent was due, and after my wife, Sarah, left, citing my obsessive dedication to the grind, well, let's just say I was alone and broke. So, I ignored the unease, rationalized the disappearances as tragic accidents or desperate escapes, and kept driving. My phone pinged, the dispatch app vibrating against the dashboard. Another ride. 14th Street and 8th Avenue, the screen read. Destination, unknown. Unknown destinations were usually a red flag. Drunks looking for a hazy ride home, maybe. Or worse. But tonight, I was feeling reckless. I swiped to accept. The address was a dimly lit corner, the kind where shadows gathered like secrets. A figure huddled beneath a flickering street lamp, shrouded in a long, dark coat. As I pulled up, they straightened, their face hidden in the gloom. "Hey," I said, rolling down the window. "You the pickup?" The figure nodded, their movements jerky and unnatural. A chill snaked down my spine, but I chalked it up to the damp night air. They slipped into the back seat, the car slightly dipping under their weight. "Where to?" I asked, attempting a casual tone. Silence followed. I glanced in the rearview mirror. The passenger was still cloaked in shadow. "Excuse me? Where are we going?" A raspy, low voice finally responded, "Just drive." My gut clenched. "Look, pal, I need a destination. It's company policy." "Drive," the voice repeated, a menacing edge creeping in. "Just drive." My hand instinctively tightened on the gear shift, ready to bolt. But desperation won out. I needed the money, and the trip was already registered. I put the car in drive. "All right," I said, forcing a calm tone. "But if you don't tell me where we're going soon, I'm dropping you off." We drove in silence, the only sound the rhythmic swish of the windshield wipers and the low hum of the engine. The city lights blurred past, transformed into distorted streaks of color by the rain. I risked another glance in the rearview mirror. The passenger hadn't moved, still a shadowy silhouette in the back seat. We passed through the meatpacking district, the cobblestone streets slick and treacherous. As we crossed the West Side Highway, a fog rolled in, thick and suffocating, obscuring everything beyond the immediate vicinity. That's when things started to get weird. The radio, which had been playing a static-filled jazz station, suddenly cut out. The dashboard flickered, then died, plunging the car into near darkness. Only the faint glow of the streetlights filtering through the foggy windows illuminated the interior. "What the hell?" I muttered, fiddling with the radio. Nothing. Then, I heard it. A faint scraping sound, coming from the back seat. Like fingernails dragging across leather. My breath hitched. I fought the urge to slam on the brakes and demand the passenger get out. But something held me back. A morbid curiosity, perhaps. Or maybe just the fear of what they might do if I refused to comply. The scraping intensified, accompanied by a low, guttural humming. It was unsettling, primal, sending shivers down my spine. I focused on the road, trying to ignore the growing terror. But the humming grew louder, closer. It felt like it was inside my head. We drove on, the fog thickening, the city disappearing around us. It felt like we were driving into the abyss. Then, I saw it. A street sign, barely visible through the fog-shrouded windshield. I squinted, trying to make out the letters. Bleakerstreet. Bleecker Street. My blood ran cold. Bleecker Street wasn't on any map. It didn't exist. Panic seized me. I slammed on the brakes, the car skidding violently on the wet pavement. "Get out," I croaked, my voice trembling. "Get out of my car, now." The humming stopped. The scraping ceased. The silence was even more terrifying than the noise had been. Slowly, the passenger leaned forward, their face finally emerging from the shadows. It wasn't human. Its skin was the color of ash, stretched taut over sharp, skeletal features. Its eyes were hollow pits, burning with an unholy light. And its mouth was a gaping maw, filled with rows upon rows of needle-sharp teeth. A scream clawed its way up my throat, but no sound escaped. I was paralyzed, frozen in terror. The creature leaned closer, its fetid breath washing over me. It opened its grotesque mouth, and a voice, ancient and malevolent, whispered in my ear. "You shouldn't have picked me up." That's the last thing I remember. Detective Ramirez stared at the dashcam footage, his stomach churning. It was the same as all the others. The unsuspecting driver, the mysterious passenger, the growing sense of dread, and then that whisper. "You shouldn't have picked me up." He ran a hand through his thinning hair, the weight of the unsolved disappearances heavy on his shoulders. 5 drivers in the past month, all vanished without a trace. Their cabs abandoned, their lives seemingly erased. Except for the dashcam footage. And the whispers. He rewound the footage, focusing on the final moments. The driver, a man named David Miller, his face contorted in terror. The passenger, a shadowy figure that defied description. And then, that face. That horrifying, unnatural face. He paused the footage, zooming in on the creature's features. Even on the grainy video, its malevolence was palpable. "This can't be real," he muttered. "What are we dealing with here?" He dismissed the rumors of the cursed cab as superstitious nonsense. He was a detective, a man of logic and reason. But the evidence was undeniable. Something was preying on the city's drivers. Something supernatural. He picked up the phone, dialing a number he hadn't used in years. He knew this case was beyond his expertise. He needed help. "Hello?" A voice answered on the other end. "It's Ramirez," he said. I think we have a problem. A big one. And it involves taxis." The rain continued to fall, washing the streets clean, erasing all traces of the night's horrors. The city throbbed, oblivious to the darkness that lurked beneath its glittering surface. In the dispatch system, a new ride request appeared. 14th Street and 8th Avenue, the screen read. Destination, unknown. The cursed cab was waiting.
Right. Take a deep breath, everyone, because that story just left us with a chilling echo in the back of our minds, didn't it? The tale of the Midnight Rider and the vanishing cab drivers of New York City isn't just a scary story, it's a terrifying glimpse into a world where the everyday can suddenly turn into a nightmare beyond our wildest comprehension. Think about poor David Miller. He was just trying to make a living, grappling with his own personal struggles, when desperation pushed him to ignore those nagging feelings, those whispered urban legends. How many of us have been in a similar spot, dismissing our gut instincts because of pressing needs or a desire to rationalize away the inexplicable? It's a stark reminder that sometimes, the things we dismiss as mere superstition are the very things we should fear the most. And that creature, that thing that emerged from the shadows in the back seat. It defies explanation. It shatters every logical framework we try to build around our world. The chilling detail of Bleecker Street, a destination that doesn't exist, really emphasizes the idea that this wasn't just a wrong turn, but a deliberate journey into a place that operates outside of our reality. It makes you wonder, how many other Bleecker Streets are out there, waiting for unsuspecting individuals to cross their path? Then we're left with Detective Ramirez, a man of logic and reason, now staring at dashcam footage that screams of the supernatural. His journey from dismissing the rumors to admitting he needs help because it involves taxis is perhaps the most unsettling part of all. It shows that whatever this entity is, it's powerful enough to break down the very foundation of scientific and rational thought. It's no longer just a local legend, it's a terrifying, undeniable truth. The fact that the story ends with a new dispatch request for 14th Street and 8th Avenue with an unknown destination, while the rain washes the city clean, is truly horrifying. It implies that this cycle of terror is ongoing, relentless, and perhaps unstoppable. The Midnight Rider isn't just an anecdote, it's a persistent, active threat, lurking in the digital shadows of dispatch systems, waiting for its next victim. So, what does this tell us? Maybe it's a cautionary tale about ignoring your instincts. Maybe it's a chilling thought experiment about the unknown horrors that might exist just beyond our perception. But one thing is for certain, the next time you're out late, the next time you see a cab, or even worse, the next time you get a request with an unknown destination, you might just find yourself gripping that steering wheel a little tighter and remembering the chilling words, "You shouldn't have picked me up." Stay safe out there. Until next time, sweet dreams and sleep tight if you can. Hey, horror fans. If you enjoyed our chilling tale and want to keep the spine-tingling stories coming, don't forget to hit that like button. Your support keeps the darkness alive. Share this video with your friends, let's spread the fear together. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications, so you never miss a hair-raising moment. Join our community of thrill seekers and prepare for more eerie adventures. Thanks for watching, and remember, stay scared.